live coaching session. I am so excited to have you all here today. So, if you are seeing this, then you signed up to come to one of my free group coaching sessions, which I'm offering right now on a limited basis because there's just so many people that need help out there and I cannot work with everybody one on one. So, I'm happy to have you here. A couple things you need to know. If you're watching this on LinkedIn, you cannot ask questions on LinkedIn. The only way you can ask questions is if you are on the YouTube, which I've put in the link down below. So, if you're on LinkedIn, please scroll down. You'll see the YouTube link if you want to ask a question. Otherwise, you can just hang out. For any of you that want to ask your questions, please go to the YouTube that I sent you and you can post your question there and I will be able to answer them in real time. Some of the things that I like to do on these sessions, I love doing profile reviews. So if you're open to giving me your LinkedIn URL, I can actually take a look at it here and tell you what I'm seeing. As you know, to me right now, everything is around getting visible. Studies have come out that said you have a 0.4% chance of getting a job when you apply online. That's essentially no chance. But you have a much greater chance of having recruiters find you during this quiet hiring era if you are visible on a platform like LinkedIn. And the good news is LinkedIn recently updated its algorithm, making it possible for anyone, I don't care if you've been on it 20 years or 2 minutes, to get visible to recruiters if you're doing the right things. And so for me, I've made a conscious commitment and pivoted my entire company towards focusing on this because of just how vital it is. I mean, teaching you how to fix your resume is of no value to you right now. Resumes are dead. Okay. Cover letters dead. The techniques that are working right now are things like back channeling, getting visible on LinkedIn, utilizing content strategies to make recruiters come to you. That's the stuff that's working. And that's the things that I'm going to teach you because it's not hard once you know how to do it. Does that make sense? So here we are in LinkedIn. This is my own LinkedIn profile. I practice what I preach. I want to show everybody that wants to learn how to do that. As far as if you want to review, you've got to put your URL. So your public URL, right? Like how people would find you on LinkedIn. If you want to comment that, hopefully I'll be able to bring that up and look you up. If it's not letting you comment it, because this is the first time I've been doing it in the public chat, even if you give me like your full name as it shows on LinkedIn, I can probably try to look you up. So I want to grab some questions here. First of all, I want to start on this one. I'm very excited to have it. It's from Jonathan. Jonathan is asking, how do you learn to speak like an executive? More specifically, how to speak to executives about how to solve their company's issues. So, okay, first of all, the fact that you know to ask that question, Jonathan, already says so much about what a great candidate you are. Because executives, their whole job is to justify the cost of hiring you. And I want to come up on screen and really talk about this because I don't think people even begin to understand like what a big deal this is and how important it is. So when an executive is making a decision to hire somebody, they have to look at you and say, are you going to save them money or make them money? Right? How are you going to justify the cost of hiring you? So like it or not, you might think executives are cold, but their whole job is to keep the business in business. I mean, if they don't keep the business running, there are no jobs. And so executives tend to get very serious in times like these because they want to know that you're going to pay for yourself, plain and simple. And so when you ask me the question, how do I talk more like an executive? It's very simple. Talk numbers. Talk how you save money or make money. And so you should be able to look at your past experience and say, in that particular project, I saved this many hours, or I saved this many, dollars, whatever you can do to quantify yourself. And we talk a lot about how important it is to quantify your skill sets. But this is the language they speak. Because in their mind, they can then envision you. Well, okay, well, if you were able to save 20% there, if you saved us 20%, okay, that would be more than the cost of your salary. That would be really worth hiring you. So that's why we get super focused on the numbers when it comes to executives. Executives just want to know you can pay for yourself. And it doesn't have to be fancy language. Let me be clear. They're not looking for you to talk in all this fancy multi-syllable speech like you sound super intelligent. On the contrary, an executive wants you to be very direct, very frank, and again, talk numbers, talk how that's going to impact their bottom line because they can't hire you if you can't justify that. And if you can't justify that, then you don't understand your value. And why do I want to hire somebody that doesn't even know their job is to make or save me enough money to cover the cost of them? So that's the real secret to talking to executives. Does that make sense? And it's a great, great question that you're asking there. So shout out to you, Jonathan, for asking it. Awesome. All right, let's jump into this next question I've got here. Do I DM the LinkedIn profile URL here in the comments? Yeah. So if you want me to do a LinkedIn profile review here with you, and I can do a couple today, it'd be great if you could just put the actual URL in here. That way I can just copy it and go find it on LinkedIn, and then I can take a look at it for you. And just so you know, like when I do a LinkedIn profile review, I'm looking at two main things. First of all, I'm looking at your actual profile. Are you following the new algorithm update so that you are going to get found by recruiters? But then more importantly, are you doing the things that you need to be doing in the actual LinkedIn feed so that you're rising to the top of the search results and recruiters are then contacting you, right? There's two components to being successful on LinkedIn these days. And again, you don't have to have been on LinkedIn 20 years. You just need to know what to do on your profile and what to do in your feed. And LinkedIn's made this very clear, by the way. This is not some sort of secret science. They were very public about their 360 brew algorithm update because they want you to do this. They want you to be found by recruiters. But the only way you're going to be found by recruiters is if you do what they need you to do on their platform. So they're giving the advice away. It's just people aren't paying attention, which is why I am on such a dedicated mission to teach people this. You know, I have been doing this for 20 years. Okay. I have been on LinkedIn specifically 13 as a top voice. They give me access to all of their things. I am doing this purely because I understand what a game changer it is. Honestly. And and so many people are going to continue to ignore it and find it impossible to get a job in 2026. But the people that do understand it and adapt are the ones that are going to go out of the blue. A recruiter contacted me with a job that wasn't posted anywhere. Welcome to the quiet hiring era, right? That's what we're in right now. So if you want to get hired during this time where jobs aren't publicly posted, you've got to do these things on LinkedIn. Yeah, good. So, and shout out to my folks that are signing on. I'm so excited about this. You know, when I made the decision with my team, I said, what can I do? You know, how can I offer these free, group coaching sessions for people so that they can really just start to understand how vital this is and know that it's not scary and it's not hard and it's not rocket science. To be honest with you, you spending an hour learning how to do everything you need to do on LinkedIn is time so much better spent than you wasting an hour applying online for a job you're not going to get. Like I said, 0.4% chance. Studies just came out. 0.4%. I mean, I don't want to spend an hour of my time knowing I'm essentially not going to get anything out of it. And I can't imagine that you would either. So that's why I'm excited to be doing this and really showing it. Yeah. Oh, Amanda, this is such a good question. Let's look at Amanda's question. I'm not a social media person in my personal or professional life, interested in advice on how and what to post in the feed. All right. So I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to give you some basic tips to get started. Amanda, anybody else like Amanda who's like, gee, social media isn't my thing. I'm going to give you some basic tips, and then I'm going to really invite you to check out our 1-hour LinkedIn Fast Fix, because in that program, in under 60 minutes, I have an entire video tutorial where you make a change in your profile, watch the video, make a change, and I show you exactly what to put in your feed. So if you're interested in that, I'm going to show that to you afterwards. Okay. But let's talk about basics. So the way this works is that LinkedIn needs to know what industry you're in, right? And what problems you solve in your job. So if you were, let's say you were an accountant and you were an accountant in the hospitality industry, all right? Then I need to see you post things you know about the hospitality industry as it relates to accounting. So you could sit down. Here's a really great example. You could take a job description. Let's say there's a job you want, and they list out all the things you need to do this accounting job in hospitality. Each one of the criteria is something that you could speak to. Almost imagine like, I'm going to explain how I am capable of doing that task. Okay. What you're then doing is summarizing that and posting it. So if they asked for 5 years of experience using some sort of very specific accounting software in hospitality, you might go over and post 3 things I really love about the XYZ software in the hospitality industry is this, and this. With this feature, I'm able to do this. With this feature, I'm able to do this. And with this feature, I'm able to do this. Boom. That's it. So once you understand and and get constraint around what you need to post, it's so easy because it's almost like, okay, if they were going to ask me to prove in a job interview I had that experience, what would I say? Okay, I'm just going to put that in my feed. And you might say to me, oh, but JT, what if people I know see it? Who cares? It's not for them. It's not for them. The only reason you're doing this in your feed is to serve the algorithm so that the recruiters find you. And by the way, like we have been teaching this. I knew about this algorithm update and we have been secretly teaching this inside the Work It Daily platform for the last 6 months. And our clients are getting job interviews every day via LinkedIn. Every day. So we know this works. And the one thing they always said was what you just said, Amanda, is, oh, I'm not a social media person. I don't know how to get started. And what we showed them is great news. Nobody's asking you to share anything about your personal life. Nobody's asking you to do any of these hokey leadership posts. That really silly stuff you're seeing, don't need to do it. Doesn't work with the new algorithm. All I need you to do is document evidence. And we will show you step by step how to do that. Now, once you start doing that, the algorithm rewards you. And I'll be honest with you, once you start doing it, you realize how easy it is. Like you'll do it because the results are so insane. You're like, I'll never apply to another job online again. Like, why would I apply online when I can just do this and have recruiters knock on my door? That's what my clients are saying. So that's reason enough to learn how to do it because you don't have to do all the silly things you see other people doing. There's very simple things that you can do that are going to help you with that. Does that make sense, Amanda? Now, I promised I was going to show you all, and I am. So let me bring this up. One of the things that we built is something called the LinkedIn 1 hour fast fix. And I'm just going to show it to you and I'm going to put it in the chat link right now. Here we go. So you guys can get it there. And let me show it all to you because it's pretty cool. So let's, here, screen. Yeah, there we go. Here it is. All right. So this is a program that we built. By the way, it's $19. It's a one-time payment. We had to put it on a private platform so that you could have forever access and get in there and get the tools and the workbook and everything you needed. But you get instant access. It's $19. And like I said, it's a tutorial. And literally, since we launched this thing, people are going, this is the best $19 I've ever spent. Because you just get to sit there, open up your LinkedIn profile and go, all right, what do I do with my headline? Oh, what do I do with this? What do I do with this? Every place where there's like a little pencil that LinkedIn tells you to fill something in, we tell you what to do. And we show you how to optimize it. So I promise you, best $19 you have ever spent on your job search in your career right now because of this new algorithm update and how we show you how to do it. And by the way, the whole video is under 20 minutes. By the time you watch it and pause, you're getting this done in under 60 minutes. Like I wanted to make this as simple and as like no guesswork, take all the guesswork out of it, as stress-free as possible for you. So if you're interested, there it is. Check it out. You can also go to Work It Daily and you'll see LinkedIn Fast Fix in the top in the menu bar. But I promise you, best $19 you'll ever spend when it comes to that, for sure. All right, let's take more questions. So this is an interesting question. How does this apply? Let me just go over here. How does this apply to artists? So if you're an artist, right? Does this apply to you? Well, if you are, let's say you want to work in a museum, you want to work in the industry in some way, they're going to be looking for you on LinkedIn, right? Now, if you're a pure artist, then there are artist sites that you're going to go to, and you would spend your time and energy on getting visible there with your portfolio. But for the vast majority of people I know right now, they're tending to look for another job, a corporate job, something like that. Then you need to know how to get visible with this. Because again, those jobs, like your artist job isn't going to get posted on a website either. So where are you going to get visible is the big question for you. The same techniques apply. Maybe you don't necessarily want to be on LinkedIn, but your need to get visible so that people can find you is very, very critical, no matter what your skill set. Yeah, good. Awesome. All right. Is this making sense to everybody? Yes? Is this helping? Good, good. So again, if you are watching on LinkedIn, you cannot ask questions there. I'm just going to be honest. The only way you can ask questions is if you are on the YouTube. This is my personal class that I'm teaching. These are private coaching sessions. The link is down below on LinkedIn. Scroll down. You can come over to the YouTube side of things, and then you will be able to ask your questions there. But these are group coaching sessions that I am now doing on a limited basis for people so that I can support them. All right. So here's the thing. I'm not seeing anybody's links for a review. So it might, this might be filtering out and not allowing URLs. If you want to give me your name as it shows on LinkedIn and what your job title is, or then I can try to look you up. And I'm happy to look you up and do a profile review. In the future with these, I'm probably going to be able to give people a way to submit their profile in advance, and then you could have the opportunity. Now, let me be honest, some people don't want to do this publicly. If you would like a full-blown profile review, that's a service we offer at Work It Daily. Yeah, and memberships start at $39 a month. So you could go into our program right now and you could have a coach review and record a video for you top to bottom and tell you exactly what to fix on your LinkedIn profile. So if you're interested in that, go over to Work It Daily, because that's what we do. That's what our company does. My team is completely trained in this, and that's all we do basically all day long, is we're helping people one-on-one with their LinkedIn profiles. So if you're interested, head over to Work It Daily and learn more. So yeah, so we'll see here. All right, so I've got a message from Drew Gilmore, who says he's a marketing analyst. So let's see, I'm going to show you what happens. So this is actually really important for you to see. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to show you, let me just show you what's coming up, by the way, Drew. I just did a search on Drew Gilmore and marketing analyst. Are any of these you? Like, you would have to be able to prove. Do you see what's happening here? Like, this is why it is so hard for people to find you if you don't know how to market yourself, because I don't know if this is you or not, right? If this is one of you, Drew, and you can see yourself here, you can let me know. But this is the problem that you're up against, and why you need to brand yourself on LinkedIn, because look at how many Drew Gilmores there are. So a recruiter is not going to know you. And so now when I put in marketing analyst, yep, this is what I mean. You're not showing in the search results. Arguably, that already tells me, Drew, that you don't have your profile optimized. I'm just going to be really honest with you, because I'm here doing a search and you're not coming up with those keywords. This is what I mean, folks. The algorithm update, you have to understand how to do it, and you have to get updated. But if you do, you will show in search results. Yeah, really great. Let's try like Amanda, you've got a more unique name. There might be a shot that you show up. So we'll try that. So let's try Amanda's. This is where people with like more of a unique name might luck out. So Amanda, you're not showing up at all. Look at that. So again, if you're giving people your name, Amanda, you're not coming up. Did I miss the R? Maybe I missed the R. Hold on. I missed the R, Amanda. My bad. Let's try again. Let's see if we get you. All right. So we still, Amanda has a pretty more unique last name. And look at how many, there's 4 of them. So Amanda is one of these you, but do you see what I mean? Like, a recruiter doesn't know which one you are. And so that's what I mean about, you all don't know what you're doing on LinkedIn. And until you learn, this is what we teach every day inside Work It Daily. And especially in that $19 LinkedIn Fast Fix. Like, if you're not doing this, recruiters aren't finding you. And I have so many people that are like, I'm doing everything right, JT. And then I'll go over there and go, no, you're not. Not even close, because the things that used to be the right things to do on LinkedIn are no longer the right things to do on LinkedIn. This is what I'm trying to explain to people if you want to be found. Yeah. All right. So Amanda, you're the top one. All right. That's good. So let's go take a look at Amanda's profile. All right. So first of all, great headshot. Nice update. Like, you look approachable. And I usually say no banner, but if you're going to use a banner, you're generally showing a location. So it's pretty safe for me to say that that's Eden Prairie, Minnesota. So you're doing a good job of branding there. I really like it. I'm also loving that you are doing the vertical line divider. So for all of you, this is a key thing that you need to do. LinkedIn is looking for hard skills. So a recruiter is using an AI assisted search tool on LinkedIn. All right. And when they do that, the search tool is saying, okay, you need financial planning, you need operations experience, you need training, you need forecasting. All right, let me go find people who have that in their headline, in their work history, and are talking about it in their LinkedIn feed. And the people that have that trifecta, I'm going to give them as the top of the search results. So what I like about what Amanda's done here is the way she's doing her headline is great. Amanda, here's my issue. Nobody's searching on leadership. They're probably not searching on business partnership. Executive communication, probably not. High performing teams, probably not. Those are more descriptors. and less utilized. So in my mind, you're actually not properly optimizing your headline for the hard skills that a recruiter would be searching on, just so you know. Second thing, they're not going to read this paragraph. I like that you put strategic finance, but we never call ourselves a leader. Just so you know, leader is a compliment. We get paid for our leadership style. We do not call ourselves leaders. It sounds cocky, just so you know. So it should be strategic finance executive, 15 plus years experience. And then what I want to see here are more numbers. You need to tell me what are the size of teams you've led and what are the size of like P&Ls or budgets that you've had. So a much stronger statement here would have been strategic finance executive with 15 plus years of experience driving financial planning, analysis, and operation performance, have led teams ranging in the size of 5 to 50, and have managed P&Ls and budgets ranging in the size of 500,000 to 50 million. That simple 3-sentence number-driven statement is telling a recruiter everything they need to know, and the numbers are so impressive and rolled up that by default, they're going to scroll down and want to see where you got that experience. And that's what you're trying to make them do. You're trying to get them down here. Does that make sense? So you've got to be able to do that. Now, I'm not going to get too much into it, but I am not seeing nearly enough numbers in your bullet points. Again, I want to see deliverables, not how you did something. I would definitely want to see more in that. So there's some things that you could do here just out of the gate that would make you stronger. But here's where we're going to go, and I'm going to show you where you're probably most invisible. Right here. Right here. Because the last time you posted was 3 weeks ago. So the algorithm thinks you're not on LinkedIn, and therefore I'm not going to put you in search results. Do you see that? If you aren't posting regularly on LinkedIn, the algorithm is pushing you to the bottom of the search results because you are not giving it enough information for it to know that I'm in this type of skill set, right? And on top of that, you listed this, you gave some info, but nothing about your actual experience. So if you were in my program, be really clear with you, if you were in my program, we would be updating your profile. We would then take a job description that is the type of job that you want. We would run it through. It took us 2 years to build it. We built an agent, an AI agent that would take your LinkedIn profile and the job description, and it would tell us exactly how you match to the job description and then what content you should put in this feed that would validate you have that experience. I would then show you, go follow the companies you want to work for, go start connecting with the recruiters at those companies and asking them to connect, and start dropping this content that we showed you what to build in your feed every day, and you'll beat the algorithm because you've got great experience, Amanda. If I go back to your profile, you are a rock star, but you are just such a beautiful example of what we see all the time in terms of people being completely invisible. Does that make sense? Does that help? Are y'all starting to see what I mean? It's not hard, but if you aren't matching yourself in your LinkedIn feed to the types of jobs you want and documenting the evidence as it goes against your profile, LinkedIn can't recognize you as a good match. Also, I just want to be really honest with you. I did a video yesterday about this. If you do not know where to go in your settings and turn on that you're open to recruiters contacting you, then you're not in any search results at all. You all understand that, right? Like if you don't go in, and I'm actually going to go show that to you because I think that's pretty important. So if we go over here to my own profile, right? You see all these little pencils? Again, this is what we're going to teach you. But do you see this here where it says open to work and this little pencil? Everyone see that? So if you all go to your own profiles, you're going to get here. You click on this, you scroll to the bottom, and there's 2 options. One is saying who can view your profile that you're open to work, all members. And do you see how it puts that little green banner? You do not want that. You do not want that. Do you see this one where it says limited to people using LinkedIn Recruiter? LinkedIn Recruiter is a technology. This is what people don't understand. It is the technology that recruiters use to find you. And if you don't have this checked, recruiters, you don't even show up in their search results because you haven't given them the permission to contact you. And this is what most people don't understand. So they're like, I'm on LinkedIn, recruiters not contacting me. Yeah, because you didn't check this. So if there's one thing you're all going to learn today by joining my session is you're going to go over to this little pencil under open to work. You're going to go down and you're going to click the recruiter one so that you're absolutely signaling to recruiters that you are eligible to be contacted. Yeah. Does that make sense? Awesome. Yeah. All right. So we're going to go try. So, okay. Now Andrew Drew Gilmore is giving me more info. Let's go see what happens when we put that in there, Andrew. All right. I'm going to put that in. And I'm going to hit people. And now you can, Andrew, are any of these you? Are we getting you? Is that you at the top there? Let me know. Because this is what I mean about understanding how you're branding yourself on LinkedIn. This is why I pivoted my entire company. It's in fact, people have been annoyed on all my socials. They're like, why is this like, why are you talking about LinkedIn? I'm like, because it's the only thing that's going to get you a job right now. And I care about you getting a job. Plain and simple. And any other career coach out there that's telling you it's your resume or other things, they're lying to you. I can say that with confidence because we are in the quiet hiring era and this is how it works. So I'm going to keep preaching this for you all because you're going to come back to me and go, oh my gosh, I'll never look for work another way again. Once you learn how to do this and recruiters come to you, you will never look for work any other way because who wants to sit on a job board and waste 45 minutes applying to be instantly rejected? Nobody. That's the thing. Okay, Drew, there we go. First one. All right, let's do a little, let's do a little review on you. So first thing I'm going to say, we don't need Andrew Drew Gilmore. If you go by Drew, just go by Drew. That don't need to do it. Recruiters would just like to know your name. So go Drew Gilmore. I think that would be better for you. Now, love, love, love what I'm seeing here. 10 out of 10, my friend, on the keyword optimization. Folks, marketing coordinator, marketing analysis, project management, social media strategy, brand awareness, content marketing, every single one of those would be searched by a recruiter in the new AI algorithm tool. Drew, that makes me very, very happy to see. And you've got the Disney College Program alum. That's an interesting play because obviously that's a lot of cachet to get into that program. So it can be good to drop that there. It's going to be also in your profile, but I'm cool with it being there because again, that's kind of like when people go ex Google, ex, Amazon. It's like, hey, I got hired by these people. I made it through a pretty grueling process. So I think it's good that you did that there. Also that you're in Orlando. It's very clear that you're in Orlando. Looks great. And I love the shot. Normally I'm a fan of the headshot being a little bit closer, but you look so approachable in that picture. It's great. So I'm really happy with what I'm seeing here so far. Okay. So now here's the change I would want to see for you in your about section as it relates to the algorithm. So again, like I was saying earlier with Amanda, I need numbers. So how many years have you been in marketing? 5+ years in marketing or whatever it is. And then if you can give me another set of numbers, like have worked on, email projects ranging in 10 to 50,000 database, try to give me roll up a couple of examples of the marketing projects you've done because numbers are the easiest thing for a recruiter to read. And when you use numbers, you're generally tying them to a hard skill, which again makes the search algorithm work a lot better. I then want you to get rid of the rest because recruiters don't read dense paragraphs. Recruiters want to read one simple paragraph. And what I would replace here, you see all these top skills that you put in this list? I would actually create a vertical list of top skills for you, Drew. And the reason for that is it invokes something called the checkmark effect. How many of you know what the checkmark effect is? The checkmark effect is this idea where they're scrolling the list. So instead of it being in a paragraph, they're able to go, oh, look, check, 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 check. Look at Drew has the 10 skills I was told to look for. He's a fit based on what I'm seeing without you giving a lot away, without you having to write a lot of text. And by the way, I practice what I preach. Go over and look at my own profile. I do it in mine as well. This checkmark effect works well. It puts them in scroll mode because what are we trying to do? We're trying to get them to come down here and look at your work history. Okay. And so again, I like what I'm seeing here. Your bullet points are short and I'm seeing numbers, but why are the numbers at the bottom? See how your first two bullet points have no numbers? You got to flip that around. The numbers are what matters. It's really important that you show me the deliverables and get those numbers up there. So I would say there's probably some rework that you need to do here. And I'm not going to go through the whole profile with you. I'm just commenting on the things that I think are really, really evident for you, Drew, in terms of you matching for the algorithm. Now, let's go over because the real truth comes out. Okay, here we go. You did post yesterday. Okay. So you're talking a little bit about marketing. I like this. I like the way you laid the post out and that you're talking about marketing. You're doing a good job there. My challenge is that then the next time was a week ago. So I want to see, granted, although I should be less critical, it was a holiday week here in the US last week. You've probably taken some time off, well-deserved. But the fact that you know how to post, Drew, tells me that you should be posting daily, which means I want two more things out of you now, Drew. I need you to take it next level. One, I would like to see pictures that support what you're talking about. Visuals always really help. And two, if you really want to speed up your job search right now, you should be recording video. And I know you're going to run when you hear that, but hear me out. A 60-second video of you saying this is a script right here. If it wouldn't even be 60 seconds, it would be 30 seconds of you just explaining this like you would in a job interview. Do you know how powerful that is? That is a first interview right there. Recruiters eat it up because it's how they can validate that you are a real human being and that you know what you're talking about. Video is going to be one of the most important things you will see on LinkedIn in 2026. And before you get cringy, you won't even think twice about it a year from now. There's so much technology coming down the pike that will make it really easy for you to record a video that you're comfortable with and post. One of them is being the McCoy mobile app. I talk about the app all the time. I'm an advisor to the company, full disclosure. They came to me over 2 years ago, ex-Google, ex-Disney, ex-Tinder, and said, we have a way to make video that people can make sure they love the video first and then share it. And I was like, I'm in, because I could see where this was going. So if you've never downloaded the McCoy mobile app, today is your day to do that. It's totally free. Go to your phone store, download McCoy mobile app. It's got a teleprompter. It's got a script writer. It helps you figure out everything you want to do with these videos that you can then send to people, send to hiring managers, send to recruiters, but you can also post in LinkedIn. And for me, Drew, if you want to quantum leap, because marketing's competitive, right? You would so quickly quantum leap your views in LinkedIn. It would blow your mind based on what I'm seeing here. Because again, you got great background and you're doing a lot of the right things, but visibility wise, I need more consistency out of you and I need video proof that you are who you say you are. You do that, you'll have recruiters knocking on your door. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. You said, all right. So I see this comment and I want to bring it up because I think it's it. Unfortunately, I have no experience. I'm a performer at Disney and I'm transitioning careers. Okay. But this is amazing, Drew. So if you were in my program, like if you were in Work It Daily, we would show you, I would take all your experiences as a Disney performer and talk about what they've taught you about marketing. And then I would have you do little video clips because you're a performer. You're going to be so comfortable on camera. Like it's a no brainer that you would be on camera going, here's what I know about marketing. You know, as a Disney performer, here's what it taught me. Like this is, you are so beautifully aligned. You are why LinkedIn made this change. I just want to be clear. If you're a career changer right now, if you're somebody that maybe was out of work, they made this algorithm update for you. Because if you're willing to get in your feed and just talk about what you know and document it, they're going to reward you and put you in search results. And all these people that are too cocky and too snobby and like, I have enough experience, they should find me. Great, you're invisible. LinkedIn rewards the people that are active because it has to give the recruiters people that there's a really good chance will respond back to them. So you are a beautiful example of someone that can be leveraging the power of the LinkedIn feed to validate that in spite of the fact you don't have like the technical years of experience, you can do the job. And that's what they were fighting against. People are like, I know I can do this job if I just had a chance to explain myself. Now's your chance. This feed is your chance. And that's why you do it. Yeah. Does that make sense to everybody? Yes. Awesome. Okay. By the way, thank you for letting me do that. Folks, if you're looking for a LinkedIn profile review, that is what we do at Work It Daily. Okay. So my team of trained coaches record a video for you, tell you what's wrong, tell you how to fix it. Then you're inside our program. You can come to our live sessions. You can come to our coaching. That's what you do. If you're not ready to join us, as I pointed out and I put in the chat, we have something called the $19 LinkedIn Fast Fix. One-time payment, video, tutorial, go at your own pace, but in under 60 minutes, you can at least get yourself basically optimized for the new algorithm update. So please check it out. It's over at workitdaily.com. And again, if you want profile reviews, go sign up. We have a 7-day free trial. So head on over, 7-day free trial inside the program. You can come see what it's like to work with us. I mean, our clients come because they want to get their LinkedIn fixed. They stay because of what they're learning and how much easier it is to navigate your career when they're coming to you. I don't want you knocking on doors. If you come to Work It Daily, we're going to show you the things that you can do to make them come to you. So I hope you check it out. I love it. Let's see. So this question is, post the first impression video as a featured post. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. So I love this marketing. That's so cute. That's a very cute name, by the way. The first impression post is it's basically like a way to introduce yourself, but be careful what I don't want you to do, like, we would never advise you to go, "Hey, I'm JT, and let me tell you a little bit about myself." A lot of people make the mistake of doing this video that they're trying to act like a video resume and it tanks. You don't need to do that. The videos, not one, the videos that you would do are you talking about like almost the 5 questions you know you're going to get asked in a job interview. Absolutely know you're going to get asked these. I would do 5 videos and I would answer each one and just put them in your feed and say, if you're ever wondering like what I would do if you had this marketing problem, here's my answer. And that's what's getting people. Like, I literally just had a client today. He is like into IT and cybersecurity, and he specifically in the defense industry and with law firms. Law firms are getting sued a lot right now for breach of cybersecurity issues. And so we worked together and came up with this content strategy for him. And he just started posting videos about how he would handle these situations. And he literally has a CEO in his inbox today saying, "I've watched all your videos. These are the exact problems we're having. When can I get on a phone call with you?" Like, that's how it works. That is how insane LinkedIn is right now. And I mean, the vast majority of people, I think I read somewhere, don't quote me, but I read somewhere like 3% of the 1.3 billion people on LinkedIn are properly optimized. You're sitting on a gold mine right now. If you decide to get optimized, you're going to beat out all your competition because people are just like, they have such preconceived notions of LinkedIn, or they're too lazy. And that's why I just can't stop talking about this. It's like, it's insane, Yeah. Awesome. This was really fun. Did you guys like this session? What if you did, like, what was your big takeaway today? Because boy, 30 minutes went super fast for you. Oh, by the way, I love this Boston accent. I love it. So I'm just outside of Boston. So I love that marketing. That's so cute. But if you found today helpful, will you just in the comments, I would love the feedback, what you found to be most helpful. That would be great for me. And then here's how this works. If you signed up to get notified, I will always send you an email 1 hour before I'm going live. And that email will have a link to that unique session. It's a different session every time. So you can't save this link and come back to it. All right. But if you get the email and you can come to the live session, amazing. If you can't, that link will at least also house the recording. So if you couldn't make it that day, but you want to listen to it like a podcast, you'll be able to. Okay. That's really, really key. Second thing, we would love to help you speed this up. So obviously, I'm going to put the link in again. The $19 LinkedIn Fast Fix is a one-time payment, instant access. You get everything that you need to start doing this. So if you got inspired today, I'm talking about 60 minutes of your life to start getting visible. It'll be the best $19 you've ever spent. I literally got yesterday in my LinkedIn inbox, this woman messaged me and said, "My boss just told me that she got this thing from you and it was the best $19 she ever spent." I knew exactly what it was. I go, "Oh, here's the link." And it's just so easy to implement. But then if you want more help, so if you're like, I want a profile review, I want the coaches to tell me I did it right, I want to come to sessions with JT and the team. That's what it's like when you join our program, and we offer a 7-day free trial. So if you go over to workitdaily.com, you can try us free for 7 days and you can get all that additional support beyond the $19 Fast Fix. But we're really just trying to help people as much as we can. So I'm going to keep posting these sessions when I can. I don't have a consistent date for them right now because just work is so busy. But like I said, I'll always just drop you an email going, "Okay, I'm going live in an hour. If you can make it, stop on by." So for those of you that are on LinkedIn right now, down below, there's a link where you can sign up to get the notifications. All right. So be sure to sign up to get the notifications. The link is also in my bio. So if you go click on the link in my bio on LinkedIn or on TikTok or on Instagram, you can sign up for those notifications and you'll get them. Okay. Yeah. I'm so glad. I'm really happy. This is awesome. I'm so happy this is really, really good feedback. So I'm hearing numbers are important. They can come from anywhere. That is absolutely true, Drew. I love it. How about this one? Removing the hashtag, notifying people I was open to work. Good. I'm so glad that's making sense. A lot of information. Yeah. You got to navigate LinkedIn slightly differently. That's what I want you to understand. That's what you got to be able to do it. Good job. All right, team. I don't know when I'll be on again next. But until then, maybe you'll come join us in Work It Daily. I'd love to work with you. I go live Wednesdays and Thursdays in there privately. Would love to see you in there for those as well. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next session that we have, the next group session we have. Okay. All right. Take care, everyone. Thank